Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today we show the game played by Jamie and Diego Anton, and this beautiful game complete in just 27 moves. And let's see how the game play. The game starts with the pawn to e4, c5, knight to c3, g6, f4. And here you have a very nice opening from the white trying to gain control with the E file and F file. And the game continue with bishop to G7, then knight to F3, knight to C6. And after this, the bishop developed to bishop B5, attacking the knight, and now E6 was played. And here is the first 5 move, and you can see that the position is equal for both sides. And the game continue with the bishop capture the knight to remove the pieces to guarding the center of the square, and now the pawn capture it back. Then the white continue to go for a short castling, and the black develop the knight and preparing for the short castling. Then after this, the pawn to d3 was played, preparing to develop another bishop into the board. And here d5 from the black to try to gain control of the center. And if the white capture, then the pawn at c can capture, and now to prevent the double pawn and the back structure of the black pawn. So here after this move, queen e1 was played, and the black just go for a short castling. Then the king to h1, and now the bishop to a6, trying to have the idea to capture the pawn, and this pawn is being pinned, it cannot capture. So the bishop is pinning the pawn, and if the pawn move away, you will attack the rook. So after this move, knight a4 was played, and now the pawn start to capture the e4, d takes e4, and now queen capture again. So after this move, the queen to a5 continue to attack the knight, and also have the idea to protect the pawn. Then bishop to d2 was played, trying to attack the queen, as the knight is being protected by the queen, so the white don't need to worry about this. Then the queen to b5 was played, and changing the idea to attack the pawn at b2 with the bishop as well to attack the rook in the next move. Then the white play b3, and here then something interesting about this move is that the white give away the rook by playing b3, and this is one of the sacrifice. So let's see, in the actual game, the bishop captured the rook, and this is one of the sacrifice. And with this move, the white continue to play c4 and trying to attack the queen. And you can see that the white has a very nice pawn structure in this position. Then queen to b8 was played, and after this move, the white can actually capture the bishop, and this will give a white to a slightly better position. For example, after the rook capture, then the bishop can go to c8 and to protect the pieces. And here, after knight, can just capture the pawn. So this will be a white better position in the action of knight pawn for a rook. So in the actual game, after queen to b8, the white play knight c5, trying to bring the side knight towards the center of the board. And after this move, queen to d6 was played. And here, this is not a very good move, because the better move will be playing bishop to g7 to move away this bishop. And if the knight capture the bishop, then the queen can back to b6 again to attack the knight. And here the knight need to move away. So if the knight move to b4, and this will be protected by the bishop, and in this position the black is winning the rook with the exchange of a knight and a pawn. So you'll be slightly winning by 1 point in the exchange. So back to this position, in the actual game, the knight captures the pawn, and after this, the queen goes to d6. Then after this, the white continue to play bishop to b4, trying to protect the knight, as well as we have the idea to capture the bishop, then protect the bishop, and while the bishop will attack the queen in this position. So bishop f6 was played, and after this move, the knight just captured the bishop and protecting the bishop, and the bishop is attacking the queen. So another suggestion for the black to play can play a bishop to c3, attacking the bishop. And if you capture the bishop here, then the black is winning the game by capturing another bishop. And now the knight cannot capture. If you use the knight to capture the bishop, then the queen will be able to capture the knight. And in this exchange, black is clearly better in the position, because the black win the extra rook. So bishop c3 will be one of the nice moves for the black to play. But in the actual game, bishop s6 was played, and now the knight just captured the bishop, and now the queen need to move away, such as queen to d7. Then after this move, the knight to e5 continue to attack the queen and keep moving the knight forward to attack in the board. And in this position, even though the position is equal, we can see that the white is more active in the position. And by giving up one rook, the white has more pieces in the board to have more activity and attacking to progress and move forward nearer to the king. So after this move, queen b7 was played, trying to attack the knight, and now the knight goes to g4, trying to attack the bishop and check the king. And after this move, king bishop to h4 was played. Then now the white is clearly winning with this tactical blunder from the black move. After this move, the knight just goes to h6 and check the king. The better suggestion after the bishop to h4 will be playing bishop to c3, and this will maintain the diagonal attack. And later on, you can just use the knight continue to checkmate the king, and this will be a better move and a precise move to play. So in this actual game, the knight h6 was played, and now the king to g7. Then the better way After this move, the better way to be continued is to play a bishop to c3 check. And if the king capture the knight, you can see that this bishop is control the diagonal, and it will be easily checkmate for the white to play in this game. So the white can just play a g4, then can continue to checkmate the king, and the king move to h5. Then the queen can just continue to go to f3 and checkmate the king. So with this much of the move will be more attacking for the white. And in the actual game, after king to g7, f5 was played, continue to push the pawn forward. And now the bishop to g5 was played. And this is also another tactical blunder for the black to play to go for the exchange, because after this move the white continue to push f6 and to lock the king position by giving up the very nice sacrifice. So this, you can see the pawn is moving forward and into the attack and check the king and control the square. And if you move the king to h8, then the white can just capture the knight, and here you can see that the white is clearly winning in the position. And if the bishop capture the knight, then here the white can just continue to play queen to h4, attacking the bishop. At the same time, the queen is protecting the pawn, and at this position you can see that you have the double attack here, queen to h4 attacking the queen, and the pawn also attacking the rook. And at this moment you can see that the white is clearly winning in this position. And therefore, after f6 was played to check and king, the black continued to play king takes h6, and with this capture, and this is another tactical blunder, with this capture the white is winning the game and mate in 4. I give a couple of seconds to figure out how the white continue to play the game and mate in 4. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the beautiful moves that the white play and win the game. And in this move, the beautiful move for this is to play a bishop to d2 and pinning the bishop, and the next idea will be moving the queen to h4 and checkmate the king. So after this move, the black continue to play f5, trying to attack and prevent the white to go to the h4 to checkmate the black. And you can see this pawn is very strong, active at f6 and prevent the king to go back to g7 square. So with this prevent, the white continue to make another sacrifice by using the rook. With the rook capture the knight, and now we have the idea to go to queen h4 and checkmate the king, as the bishop cannot be captured because it's being pinned by the bishop. So this idea is to remove the pieces from the board to protect the h4 square. And with this move, after the pawn capture, g takes f5, the black thinks that there's another escape for the black to move to g6, and there will be no checkmate. But in the actual game, here come the queen to h4, and the queen is checked the king, and also the queen is attacking the bishop while protected by the bishop at d2. And with this check, the king cannot capture the queen. Therefore, the only way to move is to move king to g6. And after this move, the queen just capture the queen at g5 and checkmate the game. As you can see, this pawn is fully protected by the queen, and the king has no place to move in this game, and the queen is being protected by the pawn. And with this, thank you.